My name is Ago, and I will tell you a story. A story of a child named Obiajulu. Obiajulu was a child born with ill luck. From the minute he was brought into this world by his mother, his family and friends started facing serious bad luck. Things that used to work before he was born stopped working, and bad things that did not happen before he was born started happening. On the day he was born, his father fell from a palm tree. Mazi Odunze, Obiajulu's father, was a great palm wine tapper. He had never fallen from a palm tree throughout his career in palm wine tapping. In fact, he was considered the best palm wine tapper in the village. But as women sang happily to bring the news of the birth of his son to him in the bushes while he was tapping palm wine, he looked at them, slipped and fell. The fall caused him an injury so great that he was bedridden for a long time. Obiajulu's mother, on the other hand, barely survived the birth of Obiajulu. The midwife said she bled too much and that she was lucky to even be alive. 1 week after the birth of Obiajulu, a great wind blew off the roof of his father's house. They had to move to the house of his father's elder brother, Maziako. Maziako welcomed them with open hands, but in less than 3 days of their stay, locusts had attacked the farms Maziako had spent so much time to cultivate. Fire from an unknown source had gutted his yam barns, and more than half of his livestock had died from disease of an unknown cause. It was obvious that the prayers of Obiajulu and his family had brought Maziako misfortune, so he had to send them away. The sick Odunze had to keep moving his family from one point to another, and they kept chasing them away because of the obvious misfortune they brought with them. It was now obvious to Odunze that his son Obiajulu was not a blessing, but a curse. So he decided to do away with him. But how could he? Obiajulu was just an unfortunate baby. It was not his fault that he brought misfortune. After all, he was not asked to be born. After much thoughts, Mazi Odunze changed his mind and decided to keep Obiajulu and face whatever consequences came with it. As Obiajulu grew up, he continued to cause small problems in the family and his surroundings with his ill luck. Anywhere Obiajulu appeared, something must go wrong. Anytime he played with the children at the village square, one of them must get hurt. Even walking on a bush path with Obiajulu was dangerous because one could get bitten by a snake or attacked by an animal. The situation got worse. His mother drowned in the stream when she went to fetch water, a stream that she had always gone to all her life. The news came with shock to Mazi Odunze that his wife had drowned, and he also died. Now Obiajulu was a poor orphan who nobody wanted to relate with. He had to leave the village. He traveled to a distant land and met new people. Funny enough, his life changed. He worked hard and was able to gain lands and property. He became very wealthy. He got married to a pretty woman and they started a family. It turned out at the end that Obiajulu was not cursed. It was all coincidence. Things happened when they were supposed to happen. But because he was around, they blamed him for it. And the blaming continued till it sounded almost like the truth. Obiajulu had 3 wonderful children and they lived happily till he died. He fell off a palm tree, just like his father.